Joining me now, I have Congressman Brian Mast, Republican from Florida and a member of the House Aviation Subcommittee as well. Sir, good morning to you. I'm sure you and your colleagues on Capitol Hill are abuzz with what's in store for tonight. What are Republicans hoping for in terms of tone and message?
Look, I think first you're going to hear the president speak about the things that have been accomplished in the first 40 days and how that renews the American dream, making America more safe because of what's going on with the border, the way that we're addressing our neighbors to the north and south to say you're not going to take advantage of America in these various ways, the ways that he's working to bring jobs back to America. We see that there's a plant for Honda Civics, the automobiles going into Indiana instead of going into Mexico. We know that Taiwan Semiconductor is investing $100 million into Arizona instead of somewhere else, right? These are ways that he's working to renew the American dream. What do we do going forward with our bilateral relationships for countries across Europe, across the Middle East? I think these are all things that you can expect him to touch on.
I also know, Congressman, that several of your Democratic colleagues, they're planning to skip tonight's speech entirely. Others will be bringing in some of these fired federal workers as guests. And we know that Elon Musk is also planning to be in that same room tonight. Your thoughts on all of that, and do you think this is setting us up for kind of a contentious atmosphere this evening?
The State of the Union, I've been to enough of them. They all end up being contentious. I know, as you said, some of them are planning on not attending. I know some of them are planning on wearing, they're all planning on wearing black. But I think it's appropriate because what President Trump is really doing is making a funeral for the Democrat Party because he's demonstrating how terrible their policies were for the last 4 years. And he's showing what change looks like and how it could have been accomplished very easily had Joe Biden had the will to do it on the southern border or with Europe. And let me use Europe as a specific example here. You had for the last 4 years and even up to this moment, a Europe that's still wholly reliant on Russian oil and gas, still paying more to Russia in terms of the oil and gas that they're buying from them than what they're giving to Ukraine for defense. And then they're coming begging to America saying, hey, you need to be our security guarantee. These type of bad partnerships are coming to an end. That's what the president's changing.
Well, we'll be watching closely tonight. It's got a big day from start to finish. Let's pivot to the House Aviation Subcommittee holding a hearing on ATC infrastructure and staffing today. I know you'll be there, but the spate of recent crashes we've seen will obviously be front and center. Do you think the American people will actually get safer skies out of today's hearing, sir?
Not directly out of today's hearing. Is there a direct result in a safer sky? I think you will have this conversation that we've had for years in the House of Representatives. I've been on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee for 8 years now, and I can tell you, when I first came into Congress, there was a hope to totally redo what was known as the next generation of air traffic controlling. And then that didn't come to fruition. That would have been a new, higher level of technology for air traffic controllers. And they didn't get that. We know the air traffic controllers, they conduct a very difficult job. We have outstanding people that do it. We don't need better people that do it. We just need more of those exceptional people to do it that reach that very difficult bar of actually becoming a controller. Very difficult to get to that point. Yeah. But when they get there, they are the best.
Oh, it's just been a stunning year in commercial aviation. We'll be curious to see what comes of this hearing today. Congressman Brian Mast, thank you for your time, sir, and have a great day ahead. We'll see you next time.
You also.